So today's saying a day for the fourth day of the month. When suffering is new, we call it pleasure. When pleasure gets old, we call it suffering. So there is some explanation in You Were Born for a Reason, chapter 4. Temporary pleasures. Pleasure grown old is pain. Today, people with the determination to know and to carry out their larger task in life are a vanishing breed. Scientific civilization has destroyed more than the natural environment, it would seem, as more and more people seek salvation in pleasures of the moment. Too often, they are overwhelmed by them. One sign of this is the prevalence of the word compulsive along with the suffix holic, both of which have acquired great currency. They are used to refer to people with uncontrollable drives or fixations, people who cannot rest unless engaged in a particular activity. Today, millions of Americans have fallen prey to one such debilitating disorder or another. For example, reportedly 10% of Americans, or 20 million, suffer from alcoholism, and this 20 million is small compared with the 80 million made codependent by their familial association. The number of gamblers is estimated at 20 million, matching the number of alcoholics. Compulsive eaters number some 30 million, 80 million if the obese are included. Sex addiction apparently plagues 25 million Americans. The compulsive shopping population is estimated at 15 million, or 40 million when those afflicted with overspending are included. The discovery of new addictions, disorders, and compulsions and their seeming ubiquity has become a staple of our daily news. Drug sales and gang activity have now begun to invade even the elementary schools, and use of narcotics causes addicts to commit increasingly horrific crimes. Still, other people cannot bear to be alone and rush into physical relationships with many and unspecified partners. For them, sexual intimacy is a means of staving off a deep emptiness. Such syndromes are an expression of pain so great that sufferers require diversion simply to go on living. They provide not ultimate meaning but temporary escape. Okay, up to here for today. Um, so if this kind of pleasure didn't fade away, then it was okay. But the problem is, um, once the pleasure fades away, it gets old, then people are back at square one. They have to face the same emptiness that um, urged them to engage in these activities. So nothing changes basically. Very futile activity, just seeking pleasure or living for pleasure. When pleasure is gone, we are left with the suffering. So Buddha taught this is the reason why, even though most people put in so much effort every day, they work hard for their happiness, but very few people find happiness, is because nobody knows there are these two types of happiness. So one is relative, that it constantly fades away, um, and it's the happiness of fulfilling the desires, finding something pleasurable. And people don't know that there is another form of happiness, which is the happiness that doesn't abandon us. It's not out there, it comes from within. So, yeah, if we don't listen to the Dharma, we don't know there are two types of happiness. So, we only end up pursuing something that is temporary, and then we end up with nothing. Uh, Yeah. So, of course, temporary happiness, even though it fades away, it is not meaningless. We need to utilize it in order to energize ourselves and move towards the happiness that doesn't abandon us, enlightenment, spiritual awakening, the inner sense of peace and fulfillment of the heart. Yeah, and the more we listen to the Dharma, the more clear we become about what it is and yeah, how we can cultivate it. So good job, everyone, for being here, practicing together. Today is Thursday. We're going to have advanced group session hosted by Rocio and Morito Sensei. And have a wonderful Thursday, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bida.
My pleasure. Have a good one.